Hiking is having a moment right now among people 18 to 24, thanks in part to a lot of innovative apps. So grab your phone, strap on your boots, and hit the great outdoors. For starters, the Night Sky 2 puts a planetarium in your pocket.
Night Sky 2 will automatically detect your location through your device's inbuilt compass and will give you a wealth of information on the sky above you as you track the sky.
You can identify stars, planets, constellations, and even satellites simply by pointing your phone's camera at the stars.
If, whilst tracking the sky, you find a celestial object that you wish to know more about, simply tap that object.
You'll learn some astronomy on the free version or pretend you're really in space with the premium version's augmented reality feature. The Night Sky 2 app is available on Apple iOS. Next, hit the trails with a botanist in your phone with PlantSnap.
PlantSnap is changing the game for plant identification using deep learning and artificial intelligence.
Simply point the camera, tap the circled area, and
PlantSnap comes back with the most likely results in just seconds. Click on the thumbnails to view more information on the plant.
it even has a Get button that tells you where you can buy the plant online. PlantSnap is free and available on Apple iOS and Android. Finally, stay safe outdoors and give your loved one some peace of mind with the Karen app.
Let the app know where you're headed, when you plan to be back, what you're doing, and who your safety contacts are.
Karen will then email this info to your safety contacts.
While on the trail, you can use Karen to see where you get coverage in case you want to check in or share a photo.
When your outdoor trek is finished, check in on the app and your emergency contacts will be alerted that you're back safe and sound. The Karen app is free and available on Apple iOS. Tech taking the outdoors to the next level.
Hey everyone, I'm Shagun Udullo. Life is full of ups and downs, but what really matters is how we deal with it. Take it from Britt Munoz, a police officer and avid golfer who went blind. Instead of letting that ruin his life, he embraced it. And Teresa Strasser says he now has a new goal. Seeing Through the Darkness is our featured story on the top of the list.
Golf is an extremely challenging sport.
That sucks.
It takes time, practice, and precision.
I should probably understand golf scores better, but is it called a handicap?
Yes.
And do you have one?
Yeah, being blind.
Meet Britt Munoz, who lost his sight in 2006 due to health complications.
It's a challenge, it really is, but you overcome. I want to live life to the fullest, even though I've lost my vision. I haven't changed.
One thing that has changed, however, is his ability to continue his career as a policeman. But that does not stop him from keeping busy. Britt is now a full-time golfer.
I just decided to play golf after I lost my vision because life's too short to not try new things.
Why golf?
When I am able to walk on the fairway, I am free. I have no limitations. I can walk just like I had my vision before and feel free and safe.
Britt now travels the world competing against hundreds of other visually impaired golfers, and though his journey so far has not been easy, he says,
I would never want my vision back.
Why?
Because I've met so many wonderful people. Sorry. Without my vision.
Including your caddy.
Yeah. She's wonderful.
We're gonna aim a little more that way. That's the shot. My goal for Britt is to be the best golfer in the world.
Britt's caddy, Athena, does much more than handing him clubs.
There's mud. Britt, over here.
She travels the world with him, acting as his eyes on each course.
I fell a little left.
It was a little left, but you didn't miss the green.
And there's a lot of trust there.
Come to the left a little bit. I am proud of Britt because he just loves life, regardless really how he hits a golf ball.
I'm in the fairway.
Yes.
And Britt wants everyone to know they too can have a zest for life.
Don't you forget my blind squirrel.
No matter what.
Anybody with a disability out there, don't give up. Don't feel the pity party. Don't feel that you can't do things, because you can. You just need to do it differently.
It's all in the outlook.
Yes, I'm blind, but I'm happy.
Thanks, Britt, for giving us all courage to take on life, no matter what it puts our way.
Yeah.
And that's what's on the top of the list.
Fantastic.
What a great story about life's transitions. And on a much smaller level, people are trying to transition out of meat and dairy in their diets. If you're worried that you'll be starved for flavor and nutrition, relax. We're debunking myths about plant-based foods.
Every day, it seems like a new study is telling us to eat this, not that. And with the rise of a plant-based diet, there's some confusion that we're going to help sort out.
A plant-based diet is anything that doesn't include any kind of animal products.
Ryan Furman, a former meat eater turned certified plant-based nutritionist and fitness instructor, is helping us separate fact from fiction. Let's start with the can't get enough protein myth.
As someone who likes to go to the gym, how am I going to grow up big and strong if I'm just eating plants? Don't I need that animal protein?
Plants have all the necessary proteins that you need. They have the complete amino acid profile. As long as you're eating, you'll get enough protein.
Ryan likes to point out to his clients that all of the world's largest land animals are herbivores.
It dispels the myth that you need to eat meat in order to sustain muscle.
Next, a plant-based diet is restrictive.
When you remove meat, you're only removing a few things, chicken, turkey, fish, beef.
Yeah, but those handful of things are all the things that taste really good when you fry them or grill them.
Ryan says while it can be hard to make the change, he recommends plant-based meat substitutes to help with the transition.
Anything that you can really imagine that you used to eat, there's a product for you that is plant-based. You can cook it the same way. You can throw it on the grill. You can throw it in the oven. You can throw it in a pan. It's not going to restrict your cooking options.
Our final myth about a plant-based diet: you don't get enough vitamins and minerals without meat.
When you eat an animal, you are digesting what the animal has eaten. So you're just getting it in a roundabout way. You're getting those vitamins and minerals that an animal has eaten through its food source. Okay. So what plant-based people are doing is just removing that middleman, going straight to the source.
He says there are more than enough macro and micronutrients, vitamins, and minerals in a plant-based diet to stay healthy and strong.
As long as you're eating a varied plant-based diet, there's a lot of different fruits, nuts, grains, vegetables in your diet, and your plate is colorful, you'll be fine.
Putting your diet in a vegetative state by debunking the myths about being plant-based.
Now it's time for our roundup of stories we just can't stop talking about. Today, it's all about futuristic tech and a dream job. But let's start with film fitness. It's first on our list of what's trending.
Babe, it's okay. It's just a movie.
Movies can put us on the edge of our seat and get our heart pumping in a beneficial way. University College London researchers found that cinema goers watching Aladdin, the live-action remake, spent around 45 minutes in a healthy heart zone, similar to doing light cardio.
Hey, can you make me a prince?
There is a lot of gray area in Make Me a Prince.
And going to the theaters gives our brain a boost too. Researchers say stepping away from devices and immersing yourself in a movie could improve concentration and memory.
We'll see you at the movies.
Our next trending story pairs tech with travel. Delta's getting a robotic boost. It's at number 2.
Imagine if we could turn our team members into superhumans, giving them superhuman strength, superhuman endurance, the ability to safely lift a lot of weight.
That's the Guardian XO. It debuted at this year's Consumer Electronics Show. The full-body tech lets a human lift up to 200 pounds repeatedly without straining their own body. And now Delta is preparing to test it out in the coming months to help bolster employee strength and safety. It could help ground crews transfer luggage quicker, meaning a faster departure and arrival.
This kind of technology can potentially shape the way we work in the future in the airline industry.
The company behind the creation, that looks straight out of a superhero movie, says the suit can be put on or taken off in under a minute.
It's exciting to see how we'll be able to use it in the workforce.
Speaking of the workforce, our final trending story is about a company looking to hire a professional party animal. That's at number 3.
This is a hangover. Head pounding. Dehydration.
Safe bet, if you've been clubbing till dawn, you've dealt with a hangover. So instead of knocking back a few beers or a couple cocktails, Swedish company Gnista Spirits wants to pay folks to party sober. the beverage maker is offering $50 an hour to down their non-alcoholic drinks while you bar hop in Stockholm, Sweden.
Connected by a network of 57 bridges, Stockholm is a joy to explore on foot.
A major job perk, airfare, and accommodations for you and a friend. Qualifications for the professional party animal position include a passion for nightlife and being single and ready to mingle. You can apply at ganistaspirits.com. If this sounds like your dream job, then you better get your application in before February 29th. And that's what's trending. Welcome back, folks. As we go through life, it's inevitable that we cross paths with people who always seem to be looking for an argument. So how do you keep them from ruining your day? We've got 4 key things not to do when dealing with a high conflict person.
If you've ever dealt with high conflict people, you know those people that just seem to argue for the sake of it, you're not alone.
There's ways to deal with them. People often do the opposite of what they should do.
To learn what we should do, we turn to author and co-founder of the High Conflict Institute, Bill Eddy, who's come up with 4 forget about it's, aka ways to help manage those high conflict relationships. Kicking off our list of ways to deal with these in-your-face folks, forget about giving them insight into themselves.
The reason they're in conflict a lot is they blame other people and they don't look at themselves. And so if they don't look at themselves, all you're going to do is add to the argument rather than give them insight.
Bill says it's best to just refrain from giving them your 2 cents. Another way to cool the conflict, forget about the past.
Conflict people live in the past. They're always talking about, I should have done this, you should have done that. No, they're saying, I did just fine. You should have done something else. People don't always agree on the past, and you just have to let that go with high conflict people.
In other words, don't argue back. I know, easier said than done. Third thing to remember, forget about emotional confrontation.
People often think the more upset I get, the more they'll listen to me.
And while in some cases this may work for the regular person, Bill says
high conflict people just get more upset, and it doesn't help anything.
So he says try to slide the convo over to something you know you agree on. Our final way to mellow a fellow with a short fuse, forget about pointing out that they have a high conflict personality.
With high conflict people who are already defensive, that guarantees they'll be a lot more defensive. Forget about that.
Bill says, though you identify them as high conflict in your brain, just keep it to yourself. The 4 forget about it's are the secret to de-escalating high conflict people.
You know what else causes conflict? People making you feel like a failure if you don't go to college. But let's face it, the world of academia isn't for everyone, and often the time and expense could be better utilized finding an alternative career. Teresa Strasser has 3 in-demand vocational jobs, and they're on the buzz list. Teresa.
Thanks, Shagun. These attractive trades will earn you big bucks, and there is no college required for any of them. At number 1, drone pilot. With drones being used in job sectors like law enforcement, agriculture, construction, and more, courses to become a certified pilot are becoming super popular at high schools across the country. This one in Largo, Florida, is training teens in a skill that is in such high demand, it could lead to a 6-figure salary.
Photography, real estate, inspections, maintenance, mapping. Being a part of the drone industry, it's one of the newest, most advanced, upcoming organization businesses in the world. All these times their parents said stop playing video games, now it's going to pay off for them.
Sounds like all those hours spent playing Fortnite can lead to fortune. At number 2, welding. The American Welding Society predicts a shortage of 450,000 welders. That is just in the next 2 years. So companies are partnering with local tech schools, and many public school districts are offering vocational programs to get young people interested in what can be a pretty lucrative career.
Guys coming out of a 1-year program here in Tampa, they can make 6 figures a year.
Everybody's got more work than they've ever had, but no workers. But we got overtime programs, double time programs. If they put the time in, they're going to earn a really good living.
Sounds like a very hot career path. And the 3rd valuable vocation with no college required, crane operator. Tampa, Florida's Sims University will literally pay you to take their 16-week crane operator course and then hopefully work for their equipment company. This group is getting in on it in the hopes of entering the field that offers six-figure potential and represents the most crucial job at any construction site.
Everything on that site depends upon the crane to help load and move materials around the site so that the other trades can perform their part. The average crane operator makes, with benefits, health and welfare, retirement and everything, and on top of their wages, it's about $50 an hour package.
Now that is building a career that helps build the world. Jobs to earn salaries without student loans on the buzz list.
Hey, I loved my time at college, maybe too much, but to keep it real, we remember who built the pyramids, not the person that designed them. Lots more of the list is still to come. Stay with us. We're back. Do you remember Dr. Dolittle? Because tomorrow, a new version of his story is coming to the big screen starring Robert Downey Jr. Jimmy Rhodes found some things you didn't know about the character who talks to animals. Let's check it out on the Hot List.
You can talk to animals.
Of course he can! But before you gallop into theaters, you need to know the good doctor's history. Turns out Dolittle has done a lot.
The first film in which a human being, myself, actually talks to animals. I feel it'll be a film which all the family, including the animals, are going to want to see. Including you, Chi-Chi, aren't you? Chi-Chi? Yes.
The ironically dog-named Rex Harrison was the first actor to take on the iconic role in this 1967 musical that actually won 2 Oscars for Best Original Song and Best Visual Effects.
I think I like you. And I think you like me too.
While that version was based on 3 A Few Lofting stories from the 1920s, the next time the character came out of hibernation was 1998 with Eddie Murphy. The only similarities, the character's name and the fact that he could talk to animals.
You're gonna have to give him CPR. You know how to do CPR?
CPR? I can't even spell it.
Audiences went batty for that reboot, which brought Eddie back for a sequel in 2001.
You just don't come up here on my balcony, make an appointment.
And I bet you didn't know this, that franchise continued, with Kyla Pratt leading the cast in 3 straight-to-DVD flicks released in 2006, 2008, and 2009.
It's so exciting.
My MySpace page is going crazy.
Man, MySpace brings back memories, doesn't it? Well, now it's Robert Downey Jr.'s turn to play the Doc in a movie based primarily on 1922's The Voyages of Dr. Dolittle, which won the prestigious literary award, the Newbery Medal.
Everyone pack your bags.
This outing boasts a gaggle of stars, including Emma Thompson, Rami Malek, John Cena, Octavia Spencer, Tom Holland, Selena Gomez, and Ralph Fiennes.
Hello, Patty. Hello, lunch.
And though the human actors are impressive, the animals are no slouches either. Check out this video showing Downey going to great lengths to make sure only the pick of the litter got cast.
I live my life a quarter mile at a time.
We need her and a medic.
Now you're fully vetted on the doctor, thanks to the Hot List.
I remember watching Eddie Murphy in that Dr. Dolittle role, so it'll be cool to see how this one compares to that.